Two sisters grew up with a Pop that was full of laughter and fun. They have many special shared memories of their time with him, like riding on the back of the ute with Shannon and Mark coming back from collecting tuatuas, or a day fishing on 90 Mile Beach.
Grandpa, tell me about
Or sitting in the ute waiting for the gun to go off before they watched Pop teach their older brother Carl to skin a cow. Their job would come later when it was time to salt the hide. Taking fish off the long line before they got all sandy, while he stood by the truck running the switch to the motor. Pop's selective hearing. He couldn't hear you talking next to him, but if chocolate was mentioned, he was all ears. Spas at Rongapai Place, learning to play pool at Rongapai Place, lambs on the spit, pigs on the spit, fresh smoked fish, food in general. But like any granddaughter's relationship with her Pop, Adele and Renee also have many different memories that are special to each of them. Adele remembers laughter and fun. If he got too worked up, his laugh got husky, which resulted in more laughter for me. Jokes. There was always a new one whenever I saw him. Challenges for money. I remember winning $5 one time. It was supposed to be 10, but Pop said I cheated. He was kind to a small girl, and $5 was a fortune at the dairy. When I think of Pop, I think of food and fishing, rides on the ute down 90 Mile Beach. It was fun on the back, if not a little scary for me. When I think of Pop, I think of love. Prickly kisses which were scratchy on a young girl's face, but always welcome. When I saw you in May of this year and you held my second daughter in your arms. And when we said goodbye, you held on for an extra tight hug. I'm glad I saw you then. Goodbye, Pop. I love you. Your granddaughter, Adele. And for Renee, while her memories are different, are also special. There are certain things that come to mind when I think of Pop, like new peas. Whenever I would visit him, the two of us would take a walk in his garden and look at what he and Nan had planted that year. There would always be beans, and while we stood out there and talked, he would take a bean off the stem, crack it open, and we would munch on the new peas inside. Then there was the first time I got to drive the ute. I felt so special, the only grandchild to be allowed. It might have had more to do with the fact I was the only one with a license than my wonderful ability to drive, but to me it was still special. Over the last few years, Pop and I had an agreement. If I wrote a letter, he would write back. While I kept my end of the bargain, he always had a ready excuse, said with a cheeky grin why he hadn't kept his. That was until late last year, when I finally got my letter. It was short, as was expected from a man of few words, but I will treasure it always. Love you, Pop. I'll miss holding your hand and your extra tight cuddles.
Grandpa, tell me about the good old days.